Yo, all right. Shit. So this the Free Fam podcast. We're live here with the one, the only, Bebe Sancho.
Bebe Sancho,
Give us a little introduction, as you know. Tell us who you are.
My name is Bebe Sancho. I'm coming out of VP, aka the Ville. You know what it is. I'm an artist. I'm an aspiring artist. I'm a producer. For me, I do a little bit of everything.
So we were talking a little bit earlier.
About the leases, right?
About as far as like leases, like what? Let's just continue to like what? Who is that? Who's the dude?
It was Black Lotus. I'm not even sure if I'm saying his name right, but like, look, we're both in the same position right now. Like, we're both not. Like, we got fan bases. Well, I said, like, I'm not even trying to pull a rush or nothing, but, like, you feel me? I have a bigger foundation than he has.
Right.
But he's trying to sling me this lease for $100, and I felt like, yo, like, you got to kind of work your way up for that.
Right.
Because I'm not charging for features, right? Well, I mean, I'd say, like, you pay for my studio time. If I try working on a feature, like, you pay for the studio time.
Yeah.
But as far as a producer goes, it's like, unless you're really, like, popping and making some waves like that, like you really,
it's a beat you really want.
Yeah, like, you're really type shit, and then, you feel me? And it has to, like, it's like, how do I say? It's like, you gotta put your money where your mouth is. If you're trying to slang a beat for, this is for the producers out there too. If you're trying to slang a beat for $100, yo, that beat better sound like it's worth $100 for at least. You feel me?
Shit better be a hit.
You feel me? Because some Safehouse boys out here making hits too. You feel me? God bless them.
Shout out them Safehouse boys.
Shout out all the Safehouse.
That limousine.
You feel me? Limousine video go crazy.
Had to drop that one time.
Yeah.
You already know. We're at the event. Y'all, you actually were gonna come perform.
Yeah,
I'm actually gonna. Those events are actually going to be more frequently. I was talking because I'm actually working with Cam. He actually brought me to the Breaks Festival, which is like Wu-Tang Clan. I don't know if you heard about that. It was in Toyota Park.
I didn't. This is my first time.
It's really dope. It was really dope. It's all old school, like Mos Def, Talib Kweli. We're like, it's all like exactly. But
I love it.
Method Man was there, So like it was a raw event, like if that's what you're into. But the point was, he got me in for free. He got me in, and my friend Brian. Shout out BK Swag and all the Juggalos.
Yo,
he's the one.
Much love to Cam.
Right. Oh, I can't BK shout out y'all, but he's doing Republic Presents. He's doing all those parties. I've been working with him for, I want to say maybe over a year or two. That's when we first met him and started doing these events. But he's doing these all black everything. They're gonna start being every week or every other week more frequently. They're gonna be like the Loft events. Like
that's
kind of like
right there.
Yeah, dude.
You can only respect that
but
shit.
it's dope because like that we're
just some hot shit.
He's like I'm gonna be working with him. Like I went to meet. Like we had a meeting. We're gonna be like we like there's a group chat. We're in like emails. It's official. Dude is taking this shit really serious.
Well, God bless Cam for wanting you to be part of this
Republic
too, though.
Presents. He's but it's dope. I'm glad. I stuck around for it. Dude can get what do you call it?
Clout points.
Let's just say sometimes people can get on people's nerves or bad side. But sometimes that's how it is when you're running events. But shout out him. He's doing his thing.
It's almost like for what though?
Well, I mean,
trolling.
No,
because then we got Tekashi out here.
Dude, he's just like he's not. He's not. No. It's more so like. At events, like people just get in their feels, and like he's about business. He's doing his thing.
But that's the way it should be.
People are acting up. He's gonna tell them. He's not gonna be worried. And sometimes people, get offended because not everyone's the type of person to put someone in their place.
Of course,
he has no problem, especially if it's at an event.
Well, that's good because especially when it's about business, a lot of people don't understand the difference between like business and a friendship. You feel me?
Exactly.
That's a big thing. There's like a big difference. It's almost
business and personal stuff.
Of course.
Yeah, that's definitely good to separate. But I kind of forgot the main point, but shout out them. We're doing those events. We're gonna get you on more shows. They're popping.
Shout out fucking Safehouse.
Yeah, exactly. They're doing the thing. I'm definitely gonna get them on here.
Of course.
Market for the books. They're gonna be in the studio.
You got to. It's only right. You feel me? Because they're making their own little wave out here. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's one thing you can only respect.
Exactly.
It's like somebody who's not following the trend. But instead of I wouldn't even say going against the grain, but they're just over there trying to make
they're just doing their own. Exactly. They're making their own lane. They're doing their own shit, which I think
is
respectable. Yeah, you can only respect that, and it's good.
And it's not. It's good. Yeah, it's one thing to do your thing, and it comes out.
It's good. Yeah,
but it's definitely good. And then not even that, but it's the word I'm looking for is authentic. Mm-hmm. What they do have is their authentic sound.
Yeah,
and it's not even just like. One of them is like the better artist, and like that one might take off. It's like literally, it's a group of them who are all grinding for the same purpose, but they're a team and they all have their authentic thing. And then that's what makes it just all the more like motivating. As an artist myself, like that definitely does motivate me because I see them doing their thing, and I see how they're sharing that type of love amongst themselves and whatnot.
Exactly.
And it's even at that, it's like it's authentic of what they're doing. So how they're moving is definitely.
I think that's raw. That's a good point.
It's a force to be reckoned with.
Exactly, and that's one thing I was gonna say is like we're making the new wave that's coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, I
feel like it's like a scene. I wouldn't even say the wave because the new wave that was like the old
that. Like that's exactly it's a new scene, and by far is like wave. I don't mean like wave as in they're making a new sound. I'm saying like a new wave of artists. Like we got the next class of artists coming in. Kind of like how it went from shout out our sponsor. No, I'm just playing. Might have to blur that shit out, but it went from like
got some of the video right.
Right. It might be like it's like how it went from Chance. And like Vic and Say Money and Chief Keef, and then it kind of graduated into like newer artists. Like I'm kind of even blanking out on newer Chicago artists.
Yeah,
G-Ro. See, and Ludfo, and then like, they were always there, but now they're now blown up. Now I would still consider them that wave. Yeah. But like I feel like they made the noise and their noise is starting to die out as far as being locals. They're famous, they're established, they're doing the thing. Now what's the next thing coming out?
Well, I feel like they did their thing and their wave will. God bless what they did for their wave.
Exactly, yeah, and that's what. And I don't mean a wave as like their sound. I just mean like
even like it's God bless from
like their class.
What I'd have to say about that is they did their own thing. And they made their own wave, and that's kind of what put like I don't even know the word, but it's like the spotlight on Chicago. But the difference is what between the Safehouses or the Safehouse brothers, and then people like myself is the difference is just like Chief Keef, G Herb, Lil Baby, God bless them all. But they were the inner city. That's the difference. Right now, I feel like a lot of people are looking for like the actual city. When I say city, it means like the south side or west side of Chicago city to find the talent.
Right.
Everybody's just ignoring the neighboring townships that's around it, like as far as the suburbs.
Right.
And I feel like that's cool for their wave, and they paved the way for artists like myself to even get any type of spotlight for anybody to even look into. But right now, the suburbs is definitely where people need to start looking.
Yeah.
Because they definitely see people in their own city take off, and they're taking that as big influence, and they're kind of just taking that and then using that as motivation and whatnot, and they're just kind of doing their own thing. So where the spotlight needs to really be is amongst the towns and what's not.
No, yeah, I agree. I agree with I definitely agree. No, I see what you're saying. I definitely agree with that.
It's its own wave amongst itself.
The only thing I feel like the reason why it's like that is because it's like all the venues are in the city.
Yeah,
you know what I
definitely.
mean? All the scene is in the city.
Yeah,
and that's where like it a lot of times like if the people are from there, that's like it seems like
it's easier to access.
Right,
almost,
it's easier,
right?
but like we're like I go to the city all the time. Like I'm always in Chicago, like filming, doing some stuff. Like playing shows. Whatever the case may be. But I just I just feel like that's where like it's a lot more like you go to like Wicker Park and then all the hipsters like that's just where like. I don't know, that's just like where the scene is, and like we can establish a suburb scene, but like I don't know, like I feel like with just like rules, regulations, like cops and all that.
Yeah.
It might be, but I get what you're saying as far as like we need to focus. I guess what more you're saying is like the art and
the
stuff
art
like
itself,
that. Like
and
not
like,
necessarily like bring a venue here. We need to start throwing shows here.
Art's like not like there's not only talent that's inside the city.
Exactly.
Like we have our Dirks, we have our Lil Bibby, we have our fucking Lil Herbs that half of the world is listening to, let alone Chief Keef. We have those all in the cities, but it's like don't act like yo, like God bless all of them guys for doing what they did and whatnot, but it's like they did what they did and they're only in the city. Like you must be crazy if you don't think there's other talent that's surrounding that city.
Yeah.
Just because they're in the poor city.
For sure, yeah,
like
exactly.
To,
and
let's
we
see what they're doing. But it's like there's other shit going on that's been inspired. So if you even like a Lil Bibby, you might look in your suburban area or whatnot and then see somebody who's taken that into inspiration and make their own sound.
I might be correct me if I'm and you're right. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that's I'm pretty sure I remember watching some Juice Wrld interview and
Juice Wrld.
Yeah, shout out him and he's doing his thing.
Juice Wrld, nah, you heard? That's the move, you heard?
I think he said he's from like the south suburbs or like something like that.
Yeah, Flossmoor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I know, I've been out there before. It's pretty jolly ass, like rich white people area.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's
like,
I think he said like
big crib,
Calumet.
It's still kind of like, they got their own type of everything.
Yeah, I forgot where it was. Like I think it was like near that area. But so like that's an example of like he made his own noise. He was doing his thing, and then he got picked up by I'm pretty sure
it was like
BB's people,
Bibby.
And then No Limit. I think it was No Limit G Money or something like that. And then Baby showed Herb, and then I think after that they kind of just like
been showing love.
But like that really kind of like proves your point where like it's not just the city and like I'm not trying to take away like
he might have
been involved in the city and but like
he's
not it's not like he's known for. He has a different sound.
Bibby's artist. He's known for being Juice Wrld, but let alone he's known for having his own sound that he crafted. And now he wasn't in as far as my knowledge. Correct me if I'm wrong. He wasn't in the actual city. He was in wherever his own.
Yeah, like the south suburb, just how not like exactly. Yeah,
like everybody is.
Right. Yeah, exactly. No one, because no one really is like downtown. But like, right. But like if it definitely is Chicago, and like there's definitely you could tell a difference between
most definitely
being from around there and then from like where we are out here type shit. But I was gonna say what what are some local artists out here that you think are making some noise that are
noise
that not necessarily worth, but making some noise, doing their own thing, and they're like,
most definitely,
like
a couple artists
who you fuck with and shit
that I fuck with heavy that I have I'm blessed to have good relationships
and not necessarily that you because like say some that you like know personally, and even if there are some that you don't know that are local but like more so like what are the ones that like you personally know?
Artists that come to mind is that, like I was saying earlier, that I'm glad that I have a good relationship with these people. It's definitely Safehouse. When I say Safehouse, there's like multiple of them boys in there. You feel me? Like it's multiple people. They got producers and they got artists. Some of the artists are producers as well. Like that shit is.
But I definitely think they have their main artists. You know what I mean? Kind of like Shoreline Mafia, like OGZ is like
stands out definitely.
One. But that's a little bit different case.
Yeah, no, most definitely. So what I'm gonna say about that is like I love Safehouse.
It's a big collective, right?
It is.
It's huge.
Yeah. But the artists that are my favorites are the ones that I have a personal relationship with.
Right.
You feel me? They're all talented in their own way. I think it's like 20 something of Safehouse. They're all talented.
Right.
But the ones that I have a personal relationship with is 9K from the block. 9K. Shouts out 9K. Shouts out Cloud 2800 2800 and shouts out Trap Javi and shout out Eddie Vega. Those are the ones that I know. I wouldn't say personally, but I know them. I
would say know them personally.
Yeah, pretty personally, fairly personally, and they're all great people
for the most part. You might not be with them every day, but
no, not every day, but we definitely do have that type of relationship where we can kind of talk to each other and be comfortable with that.
Yeah,
but they're definitely artists to watch. Most definitely, they all make dope dope music, and it's all authentic. And that's the word I can't even get out of my head. Is authentic. And then just a few honorable mentions, if we would even want to say that, is Shigo Turbo, Wicked, you feel me? D-Mac, a lot of people,
Unique.
Manda Garza, but, feel me? Buddha, you feel me? That's... Motherfuckers making out fucking.
Wait. Let's
feel like lyrically, nobody's fucking with Buddha. Like, nobody's fucking with Buddha. Hey, bro, if you're watching this, okay, you fucking nice, alright?
Let's pull up this. Can we find it? Someone needs to find it.
Oh, you scared to death? Well, nigga, it's your time. Damn, niggas plotting, told them niggas slide. I got the 30 in the F and I won't hide. You pussy niggas out here scared of homicide. My niggas is real killers, fuck with us, it's suicide. Damn, niggas wishing.
Alright, so enough of that. We're gonna get, shout out to her.
Yeah, for me.
What So let's get in. I'm gonna get into some more questions right now.
Some details.
What how did you come up with your name?
Bebe Sancho. Well, I had to acquire that name. You heard? The name came from a lot of different. Actually, like, let me tell you, like, I had a bunch of different names before that. You feel me? I was running off of Zay Gatsby. I was running off of fucking Roy Riley. My first ever fucking name was fucking goddamn Young Fame, and that was before I even knew how to dress myself. That's before I even knew anything. You feel me? I fucking a lot, like, fuck, and then I just stumbled across. I forgot what it was. It was something Sancho, and then like, it's like no cap shit. Like, I felt like a lot of people were doing littles. Like, we got the shots out Lil Pump, little so and so, little this, or young so and so, this and that. But we didn't. Even Lil Baby, we have Lil Baby, but he has a little in front of his name. So I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna just be Baby. But you feel me? I wanted to be Bebe. You feel me? So it was Bebe Sancho.
And a little spice to it.
Yeah, you had a little spice or whatever you want to call it. Just something that's different, and not only that, but something that fit me as a person and the music that I make. You feel me? I just wanted something that, like, when you see the name, you click on it because you're like, who is this? I never heard of anybody named Bebe Sancho. And then you look at the video and then you just kind of like pair them up together. And then it just stuck.
That's a good call, because like, really, like, when you hear that name, you don't think of when you hear Lil Pump, you instantly think of like maybe a drill rapper or SoundCloud rapper.
SoundCloud.
No, just shout out him.
I didn't want to do the SoundCloud.
You hear like I don't know, like, even like
Young so and so.
Yeah, like Young Smoke, or like,
It's just cliche. And shouts out to all of them Youngs and Littles and whatnot.
But
it's
like, my point was, like, you don't exactly. When you hear your name, like, you're like, you don't know what to expect is the thing. You're like, Baby Sancho, like, like, you can't.
It was also
it's dope
for that reason.
Yeah,
it kind of leaves that like that kind of vibe where it's like,
slightly
it can either
mysterious.
be good or it's mysterious. That's the word. So if someone was to click on it, they'd be like, they're not expecting it to be weak. Had I been like little brisk, they'd be like, this boy's probably
right. Lil Wendex. Instantly like a Vine, or like, a parody.
They instantly want to pair me up with,
but
like,
I think that's because, like, they hear. I feel like it's instant. You see the name and you want to find.
Like,
you want to know more.
Exactly.
That's one thing that I feel like Baby sound like. What is this? I want to find. It's
because it can go two ways. It can be like either it's like some troll,
right? It's almost, you're like,
and
it almost like gets you a little mad. You're like, who's this guy? Like, what? Like, let me figure this guy. Like, I want to know.
Shout out to my name.
No, but that's cool. That's dope. That's awesome. That's pretty funny that you ran through. I feel like a lot of people, it's vice versa. It's either they go through tons of names, or it's they get one name and they've stuck with that for a long time.
My main thing was just trying to be authentic, like, just like, feel me, just literally just being authentic, just being like something that I can say like, yo, this is originally created from me, not something that's like, oh, I just took little and then like fucking goddamn, just put a random fucking word in front of it. Like I said, brisk. Fuck it, Lil Brisk.
Right.
That sounds like a fucking rapper that would be popping off with like a bunch of fucking money like right now. That's like surpassing me with music that literally has
Lil Brisk.
You feel me? If there's a Lil Brisk out there, there's no diss to you, my brother. You keep up that grind and you get that shmoney, you heard? Boy, we're talking about baby Sancho now, you heard? But nah, yeah, the biggest thing to me was the authenticity. It's something that I can literally run off with and be like, yo, this came from me. You know what I'm saying? So, that's it.
That's raw. That's dope. So another thing I wanted to ask you, what my bad. Smoked him out over here.
Probation shit, you heard?
It's all tobacco.
No,
it's all tobacco.
He's smoking dope, you heard?
No, I'm playing. So what what is a typical like I want to get in a little bit on your creative process. What's a typical day like for you?
As far as when I'm recording,
but yeah, more specifically, like what's a studio day like for you? Or what's like, I don't know how, as far as like if you book like just specific hours, but what is your process as far as when you go into the studio and when you leave?
That's definitely good. That's a good ass question, bro. I don't think I've been asked that shit. Well, basically, my recording process is literally like, of course, you feel me? Shouts out to the man Moreno 808 and 808 makes you feel me? Big things, and you know he's actually like no cap, like he's the first like. Other than Pre-Fam, when I first recorded, actually Johnny T. Shout out to my boy Johnny T. I first recorded a song off that when I was like 15 years old. Then I came back when I was like 17. Man, no, 16. Like, I forgot the ages, bro. I've been trying to do this for a little bit.
No, I feel you.
And I came here, literally, I was recording here.
Yeah.
Making little bangers and shit. Fucking popping in high school for that shit. Zay Gatsby, you feel me?
Right.
But no, Moreno literally took me under his wing, and then, you know, I got unconditional love for him for being one of the first artists that he was engineering, you know. You know, he was kind of just like, at first he was just like, yo, hey, bro, I got this, I got a mic, I'm trying to start engineering, and as far as I was concerned, he was literally a producer. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just kind of a dope transition from him being producer turning engineer, because I feel like a big thing is when you're being an engineer, you gotta have some type of ear for music. Mm-hmm. You can't just wake up one day and be like, oh, I'm an engineer, bro.
Yeah. No, that's definitely a good point, and that's raw, because I mean, I always knew like he was a raw producer. I always knew, you know,
because in school he would be literally the only person in that school with a laptop trying to make a fucking beat.
Tell me why he I wish he was here to tell this story. Yeah. He told me he downloaded FL Studio, I think, onto like a USB onto an external hard drive, so that he could go to school and then plug it in and on their Wi-Fi on their desktops.
Yeah.
That school computers. He got FL Studio onto a school computer and would make beats in class, like.
And that shit right there should just show you the type of loyalty.
Exactly. That's not
legendary type shit. Like that type of shit, just being in that type of environment, and then knowing that he's done that. And I know that firsthand because shit, man, that's my boy.
Right.
And then, you know, just knowing that you're working with somebody in that type of caliber that's willing to go the extra distance to do all that extra shit like that just to make a fucking beat, you feel me? That he probably didn't show nobody. You just feel good and it brings you motivation. But my creative process when I go there is like literally I've tried to freestyle. I'm not a freestyler myself, you feel me? I'm more of a writer, you feel me? And what I like to do is when I hear the beat, and the first thing I ever do, like for real, is like trying to come up with a melody. When I come up with the melody, I kind of come in like, you feel me? I start humming a little bit of the first type of sounds that I get in my head. And then the second thing I do, because I feel like it's the most important thing, is a hook. So then I try coming up with the melodies that I use the melodies that I came up with and try to kind of like transition it to lyrics or whatever and fit the syllables. Mm-hmm. And kind of make a hook,
right?
And then anybody, like I want to say anybody, but like I feel like since I started off rapping rather than melodic music, that it's more easier for me to just write a fucking song. So like the hook is what I actually spend most time on, and then I could just literally go through my archives because I got so many fucking songs in my phone that I've just written and kind of just like fucking I'm gonna come back to it. and then I just kind of slap it on there, and I mean shit.
That's really interesting that the way you just,
because I know a lot of people that's like fucking that just like just freestyles, and then they're able to do that.
Right.
But the thing with me is, every time, and this is a fact, every time that I've tried to freestyle on a beat, it was so repetitive.
Well, and so,
I said the same things. Oh, I'm pulling up on your blog.
And as far as like a freestyle, do you mean as far as just going straight off the top? Just so like you hear the beat and you're trying to make a vibe just off the top.
Yeah, like I mean,
I think those are wrong. Some people, I feel like some people can do that.
Yeah,
but the only problem with that is like, I feel like there's really no direction. Unless you are really good at rapping, it's gonna be hard to make a really cohesive story. And that's really not. That might not be the point at all.
Almost like a direction. No, it is, because
I feel
anytime
like
I try to freestyle, it was the same shit. I was really rapping about the same shit over and over. Talking about Glocks and shit. And I don't do none of that shit. I still slap somebody, but like I don't. You feel me? I don't do none of that shit. I got my boy over here.
I still do that.
Like, he with his shoes, you heard? He could cause in the back. Just let you know that he's in the presence, you heard? But no.
Brings animals with him for the...
God bless.
Oh my God. This man just summoned an animal with his...
my brother.
With his call. No, that's cool. I was going to say that's really interesting that you said that. That really like... I think that's really different process, or I've never heard it, because like, and it's cool, and it almost shows, because like, like I've known you as you can spit bars. That's what you did that car video on Facebook that blew up, where you were spitting bars, talking shit. It was, it was dope. But I feel like that's a good point. You started off as like almost like a spitter. Like you like took that shit really serious. You took the craft serious. But now like you definitely are like you're more. It's a little bit more artistic.
But that's something I always wanted to do. I was just more self-conscious about my singing voice.
Yeah, you found yourself. Yeah, and it's dope because you're really trying to, as far as like when you're that's important, because the hook, that's what repeats. That's what everybody's gonna
go to. Like that's like
a lot of times people can't remember the verse, but the majority of the time they will remember the hook. So that's good. Exactly, that's good that you think of it's all on the vibe. You think of what feels good as far as like a melody, and then you try to put words to that, to bring that as far as your hook, to make your hook A1, and then for a fact you come in with bars. That's really dope. That I think that's really almost like respecting the music and shit like that.
Much love, man. That means
no, definitely. That's really cool. When did you really start? Like, when did you start rapping, as far as like, I was young, and then when did you start taking it serious?
Seriously, that's a good question. I wouldn't say I started. Look, I started off playing guitar. Like, at first, I wanted to.
Have you always been like
musically inclined?
Yeah,
almost in a way. Yeah. I'd say third grade is when I got my first guitar, and at first, like before anything, I used to listen to a bunch of like bands, like just weird shit for me, like just a bunch of weird different like bands and shit. Like more. I wouldn't really listen to rap like that. And then at that point, it's like I didn't really need to know that I wanted to rap in life. I fell in love with music itself, and I wanted to make music. I knew that I wanted to make music for the rest of my life. I didn't know that I really necessarily wanted to rap. So I kind of wrote songs. I had my own band. It was called Eli Rising. I remember that shit. It was like when I was in fourth grade. It consisted of me. I made the name too. I was the lead singer. You feel me? And lead guitarist. But the Eli stands for Everyone Links Inside, and I came up with that shit third grade. You feel me?
It's like copyright, trademark.
You feel me? If y'all want to use that shit, just give me a shout out. You feel me? I want all that shit. You feel me? But either way, go do your thing. But I'd say about like fucking shit. About 8th grade is when I wrote, like, I was more for poetry shit, and then I started trying to rap. And then as soon as 8th grade, and I started to rap, and it was more of like a therapeutic type of vibe. I was just like, you know what? Like, this is definitely for me, because I was just going through a bunch of different other shit in 8th grade and whatnot. So like, it was just a perfect outlet for me. And then so I was kind of on and off because like anybody in 8th grade can say like, oh yeah, I was rapping and shit like that, but I wasn't really taking it serious because you feel me, like. It was just a dream back then. Like, it sounds cliche, but it's like
more of a hobby.
More of a hobby. It's like, yo, I want to be a rapper and shit like that. And it would almost come up to like the point where like, excuse me. So we drinking drinks. But like, it would be like I was at school and the teachers would ask like, oh well, what do you want to be when you grow up? Me as a person, it's like I know how cliche it sounds. Like, oh, I want to be a rapper. I want to be an artist and shit like that. They want to take that shit serious, so I kind of just like brushed it off to the side. But when I actually started taking it serious, would probably be like, I'd say like last year. Like serious,
really,
like serious.
Right. Okay. I could see that.
You know, because like it was a transition. Because that was a bunch of, like I said, what we spoke about earlier, like a bunch of different names and shit. But
trying
to
find yourself still.
Trying to find myself.
Still deciding if that's like what you for real.
No. Like I knew for a fact that's what I wanted to do. But the thing I was more thinking of was development. I was thinking, it's like, am I ready to take it serious right now? If I was to take it serious right now, I would look goofy trying to be Zay Gatsby and like break through somebody's fucking like playlists. It's like, oh, I go Zay Gatsby and like spitting, and just my music wasn't there. So I wanted to make sure that I was fully developed as an artist and like kind of have my own sound and like adapt it to something that I can say that's mine. I can take it serious.
Right.
That's when I'd be like, yo, like. So I'm an artist, and this, and be confident saying it. There's a difference being like...
You found your sound, this is what you want to push to the world, for sure.
Most definitely.
Was it ever... my dogs. Was there ever like more of a personal conflict too, as far because like I don't mean to put you on blast because like I know like because you were saying earlier like probation, like like getting in trouble, like as far as like having to like
almost definitely
stop fucking around and like
just get what today thing is like, get your life together,
right?
And shit like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, most definitely. That, and I still battle with that shit because I'm still on probation until I turn 21. And I don't even when I turn 21, I gotta wait till fucking whenever I got sentenced. It's not like shit.
Exactly. It's not like right when you
like. Yeah, no, it's most definitely take a lot of fucking pressure on that shit because like when I was growing up, like through 8th grade and shit, like I was just getting in trouble. I was just doing bad shit. Like that's just what it is. Like like a lot of people can see here like, oh, I was influencing this and this, and it's like nah, like whole time like I just wanted to do bad shit, and like I'm not sitting here trying to promote that shit and say like that's who I am as a person because like if you guys hear my music, that's like I don't talk about that. Like I don't talk about that, but that's not who I'm trying to portray.
Yeah, and that's like
that's not me.
You might talk about it, but that's not the message that gets conveyed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I definitely think you do a good job of that. But
I appreciate it.
But go ahead, like what?
Yeah, I was most definitely getting in trouble and whatnot, just doing my own thing, and like it was literally just me just wanting to do like bad shit, and it was just
keep talking.
It was more deeper than just me wanting to do bad shit. It goes into like me and my personal life, you feel me? Just growing up and shit like that and not really having like, somebody that got me through what's right and wrong. But like who am I to make excuses? Like, I knew what was right from wrong. I just wanted somebody to tell me I was wrong, you feel me? But even at that, I just took all of the unfortunate events that happened in my life to kind of like use that as motivation, because you guys wouldn't even believe the amount of times where like I was like in class writing like a paper, and then I say fuck that, I'm not gonna write a paper no more. I'm gonna start writing a song because this is what I want to do for life. And then the teacher actually like literally like this is like solid facts. I know this sounds cliche, but it's literally solid facts. The teacher coming up like, why are you writing a song? I'm like, yo. And I be like, and it's crazy, and it's more hurtful when you try to be like truthful to the teacher and be like, yo, like this is what I want to do. Like you trying to have me do all this extra shit, and it's like, I don't give a fuck about this shit. So how you expect me to be like doing good in this shit if I don't give a fuck about it? I give a fuck about this music shit. So this is what I want to do for life. And she's like, well, you know, she's trying to give me like all these numbers and percentages and shit like that. Like, yo,
statistically,
it'd be like statistically speaking, it's like one of them. And I'm like, yo, fuck that shit. Like, I'm just gonna do what I love to do, and you know, and kind of just
typical teacher, like
you're
never gonna make it. Like,
oh yeah, it sounds cliche, but like, yo, that shit really happened.
That's
and
funny,
I'll say, yo, f*** you, Miss Scholar, bitch. Even though I'll f*** you type shit, cause you a little nerdy bitch, you can do my taxes type shit. I will beat your dog. I'll beat the dog shit out of you, and I'll adopt your kids type shit, and I will smack the shit out your husband. It's like you don't even got one. That's why they call you Miss Scholar. You're not even Miss Scholar. You dusty ass little ugly ass bitch. That's why you wear glasses. Your ass was so broke off teaching these kids that you wouldn't even wear no contacts. That's why I'm over here. I'm on podcast. You feel me? Podcast, bitch. You can suck my dick left and right and upside down. You hear me, little bitch?
This is what our school system, the education system in America.
Now you trying to clown, you're
done to children. No, I'm just playing.
Fuck the scholar. That's a fact, bitch. I'm over here doing me, bitch. And
we doing big things now.
And guess what? I'm making money off my music. Look,
shout out them. You know, whatever.
That's just by the label.
Oh no, that's funny.
Ask me what
he's like, nah. He's itching over here. So if you want to explain yourself, what are you screaming over there? What is it?
It is collective music. What I did want to tell you guys, I'm gonna look to the damn camera to say this. Yo, I'm starting my own label. We're starting my own label. It was co-founded by Enemy David. You feel me? That's my boy. You feel me? We decided to sit there like
shout out David.
Shout out Enemy David. That's his name. You feel me? Goddamn, we were just trying to. It turned into. It was just a one-man thing. And then it turned to a group thing. You feel me? What collective is basically it's a label, it's a product, it's a brand, it's whatever you guys want it to be. You know,
it's a collective.
It's definitely a collective.
I was saying the name is pretty self-explanatory. It's a collective. Like,
but in case of the viewers, they don't know. You gotta let them know.
No, I think that's a pretty dope name because like
definitely and in all respects, Enemy David, he definitely. He picked the name because to me I was actually focused on trying to make clothes and he's more concerned about making clothes but then turning whatever we had into a label and branding that shit, and he said, yo, we're gonna make that shit collective, drop the I, you feel me, drop the E and shit.
Yeah, no, I almost feel like that's so pretty important.
God bless you, David.
To have I feel like nowadays it's really important to have like almost a group backing you because like you have like Lil Xan and then you have all like Xanarchy.
Yeah.
You have like Lil Peep and they had Schema Posse and
it wasn't even the fact that it was like they were backing me. It was more the fact it's like you know, I had a little sauce in me. And then other motherfuckers around me had sauce.
Well, that's really like
the people that I came up with.
Friends group, you know what I mean?
My boy C3, feel me?
Come through.
Come over here, bro. Hey, come over here. Hey, give him a little shout out. Say who you are. You
feel me?
Tell them about yourself.
Man, C3 collect the music. C3 collect the music. Straight like that.
Go ahead, you know.
Talk, boy, one of many collective. Bar Game.
You good? You don't need to get. We're good. We're this. It's a conversation. We're looking at each other. You know
how we bump. I'm the one that's lit though at the group. You know, I ain't gonna lie. I'm the one that bring the energy. Me and bro, the core of the energy of the group. You feel me? We just bring everything to the table. We do what we do.
What So. When did you make music too and shit though, right?
Makes sense, baby.
I try my best.
Right. What did have you always been making music? Like has that always been something?
You know what? Honestly, I've been making music since Lil B started making music. Okay. And I felt like Lil B was like, suck my dick holes and all like that.
Okay.
Yeah, me and my homie, shout out my homie Shiny Glass. It was me and him. We was at his crib, actually, on his computer. And we created a song called Willowbrook Holes.
Yo, fuck Shiny Glass, you heard? You never share my shit. You be on that lyrical shit and you acting like my wave not good enough, nigga. Fuck you, boy.
You heard.
You weak as hell, my nigga.
You heard.
You out here burning bridges.
So me and him had created a song called Willowbrook Holes on my dick. and did probably like 800 views. It's probably when SoundCloud really first took off. I'm like,
Hey, you can go. Hey, go ahead.
Yeah, you can fucking just C3. Type in C3, SoundCloud. It's a fat nigga. Me, we're wearing all black. The cat hat.
C3. Explain to the people, like, because I don't think they really know you as far who you are. Like, what's your goal with this? Because I know you do. You do comedy too.
Oh, I feel like that's to the side, though. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's a really strong. That's exactly. Yeah, that's why it's so strong.
Yeah.
That's natural. What do you? Is that what? Like, what's your goal with this? Far as
personally, my goal is I'm trying to be a voice for the youth.
Okay.
So if I can get the biggest platform, which is like music, I feel like it's the biggest platform. Everybody look here, always see anybody videos or music. It's always perfectly. It's the perfect platform to get to a voice.
Yeah.
Which my goal is to get the voice to the youth, so I can show the youth that not only you can do whatever you want to do, but when the odds is really against you, like me, odds always against me damn near every day. Fucking around, you know what I'm saying? So the odds always against me, and I just feel like I never give up. It's all about a will of fire. I don't know. I just want to show the youth that there's only one person on earth that honestly care about y'all, and I care about not giving up long enough to show y'all I'm strong enough not to give it. It's one person that give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? That's really about what it is. I just want to show the youth I'm one person that give a fuck.
That's wrong. No, that's...
Because I feel like don't nobody give a fuck.
No, especially, and that's one thing nowadays too, like, as far as, like, the internet, like, kids are so, they can, they're so...
I feel so like much they fascinated by...
They're a big sponge, that there's so much that they
fully don't understand.
Yeah, exposed to, and I think...
And it's not their fault.
Yeah, exactly.
It's our fault.
And that's raw that you're trying to come up with something positive to show them, and give.
At the same time, I don't want to be a role model, but I want to show them that you can just be yourself. But at the same time, you can still give a fuck and do you.
No, it's. I definitely think a good way you put that is like a voice for them.
Oh yeah, definitely.
A voice and almost just like someone,
a leader, somebody that could just be like,
someone they can relate to, someone to look up to. You know what I mean? Too.
Oh yeah,
and
definitely.
like. And it might not necessarily be like a role model, but like kind of like a big brother. And as cliche as it sounds, I feel like everyone needs like a
I feel like if you have just one person you feel like that you always know, at least maybe one, maybe two. Some people be blessed with multiple people. Like me, I'm blessed with a whole group of people. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So me, I just want to be a voice to that one person that they ain't got nobody. They can just say I'm that person. They like, oh yeah, C3. Yeah, he cold. He cold with the shit.
Be some light in somebody's day. That's wrong, dude. I really fuck with your mentality.
I try to keep it straight, bro. I swear to God, I'm 100, bro.
You definitely, bro.
That's just what it is.
As long as I've known you, bro, you've been probably the most straightforward 100 person ever.
Fire. Yeah.
You tell it how it is. That's right. And it's dope because you can
only respect that.
Everything you go through, bro. I've seen you nothing but happy. So
that's real though. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
Dude, that's inspiring.
Went through my phase, and everybody go through phases. I want to let the world know we all go through phases, but you should either fall something either in line where you love yourself strong enough to where you don't want yourself to fall, or where like me personally, I got a group of where bro right here, you feel me? If I was to fall, I would be a failure to him because he'd be upset with me on my downfall. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like you have your homies that can be your motivation, and you can be your own motivation too.
Exactly.
I ain't your motivation. You know what I'm saying? I want the youth to find their motivation. I want you to find your purpose because we all can be great. You feel me?
That's amazing.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel personally.
No, dude, I wish a lot more people would feel like that. You know what I mean?
I'm going in this with a purpose. I'm not going in this just on some
fucking blindedly.
You know, me? That's I'm going in this when I really start taking off, I'm really gonna start to only be a step into what my dreams and my goals really is. So. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is for the youth, though. You feel
exactly? Yeah,
one for the youth.
We need to get headphones. I feel like we're talking a lot over each other, but this is a great combo. That's why. That's why I want to get headphones because we're all taking. It'd be so much easier. This is such great.
But yeah, facts.
No, that's dope. I think that's raw too, as far as like
I'm a mama. Shout out my boys
for collective Cause like y'all are like you're one individual organism, but y'all are really have your own personal like y'all are your personal entities.
And I just want to say before hey, this bro shit right now. I just want to say, but I've been knowing him like this ain't no new shit we created, bro. I've been knowing bro since I was probably like 14. I say. Since I've been living out here in the suburbs.
Hey,
I'm not from the suburbs, though. I'm from.
We was in that bunk ass school. We was
in all type of internal schools and shit. Where they slamming niggas, putting niggas on their back and shit.
Fuck
you shout out all my gang and them, you know,
let them know.
Man. But in my opinion,
fuck his.
I went to I've been knowing bro for a minute, so this ain't nothing like we just music. Nah, it was a friendship before music, and it just happened to be we both had the same goal and the same visions, and it's similar. You know what I'm saying? So we just like collide right now. So everything falling into place.
No, and I
like that.
I think that's why it falls into place. You guys, I don't think you guys were friends.
Bringing it.
I really think you guys.
Brother, you know what I'm saying?
There's a reason why you guys mentally, subconsciously gravitated towards each other as friends before you guys even got artistic, because that's the type of people you are. That people like that,
definitely.
They people like that.
They generally gravitate towards each other.
Exactly.
And that's how exactly what it was. Because although he knew me when he was during high school, because we were in behavioral schools, we were in the same behavioral school. We were still like fucking with each other because we were from the same area. You know what I'm saying? Like we were from the same area as far as like in the stage of our life where we're at right now. Like we're from the same area.
Right.
But you feel me? Like sooner down the road, it was kind of like, he was making music. And no, it was actually thanks to fucking Moreno, like low key, because he's like, Charles.
Shout out,
I'm like, Charles.
Shout out, bro.
Charles me Bane. He was just like, you feel me? Like, hey, X that out for me. We can't have no other governments.
I'm cool.
You straight.
I'm comfortable.
Hey, it'll go.
They gonna know me regardless.
C3,
they gotta know me. You feel me?
Audio can be cut off for you.
And I said, like C3. He said, yeah. And then he was telling me, he's like, he recorded. And then he was one of those people who recorded, but then didn't come back a month later. He was one of those people who recorded and then came back like 3 days later.
Right.
And then fuck around and it became a religious thing, like where he's over there at least once every week.
That's real.
And it was almost like as if it was like,
I got you.
I'm good though.
It was almost as if every time he would be in the studio, he'd record another song. And another song, and another song, and another song. But every time you listen to the song, you hear the progression, and that itself stood out to me. I was like, this is not just like an artist who's just like getting good at what they do. You feel me? This is like, or not even. No, let me stop. Like, it's not even just a rapper getting good at what they do. This is an artist. You feel me?
Right.
It's a difference between a rapper and an artist. This is somebody
you can see. You can see the
growth.
You can see like it's a flower blossoming.
Literally,
you can see it.
Literally, no, like when
that's real. I appreciate
it. Wasn't
that,
just like
that's love.
It wasn't just like he's just rapping because
that's
he
love.
wants. Like, cause that's the wave. Like let's be honest, that was a wave. It was literally the whatever path that he was on. It was just like this is his only outlet into speak and be therapeutic to what he felt was what needed to be heard.
Right.
And not even at that, but it's like his only option in general. And me as a person, that's like I can relate to that. Cause growing up, man, motherfuckers had shit. You feel me?
That's real.
So knowing somebody else who had shit growing up. Not even that, you feel me?
Go back.
We smoking dope, you heard?
It's the
My probation, you heard? That's what my probation officer saying. We ain't smoking over here. But it's
all medical.
Yeah, of course. You feel me? Shop.
He said shop. He was up.
But like, that's some factual shit. Like, that's what I was saying. It's like, you feel me? Like, it was almost as if it's like, no matter what paths that we would have been on, you feel me? It would have what's the word I'm looking for? Gravitated towards each other regardless.
Right way.
Because, I mean, we could be from two totally different, you feel me, whatever, but it's like we have similar stuff that we can relate to.
Right.
And not even that.
Yeah,
it's
like I said,
dude makes some fire-ass
shit,
music. So it's like, that's just undeniable.
Fuck that. Let's take a moment really quick we gotta highlight on the comedy section. Like,
bro, yo, this is the only man that can sit there and like I wouldn't even have to watch like Dave Chappelle.
Yo,
Dave Chappelle, you fired.
That's my man.
Vlog. We're gonna get this man his own TV show.
Shout out Dave. That's my boy.
If he doesn't get, let me get.
It only makes sense that
Shout out Dave.
Yo, if he doesn't get his own camera, his camera
Shout out
TV
my
show
man
from
Dave, bro.
VH1 or fucking MTV,
Hey, look.
I'm suing. You
Fact,
heard me?
man, shit,
I'm
they
fucking
sleep.
suing.
They
Hey,
sleep.
tell them what we doing. We what? Yeah, we suing, boy. Like that's a fact.
Listen, but no,
Nick Cannon, what's up?
It's gonna happen. We're gonna start filming this.
Man. Everything will fall
This
in place.
man needs
Kids.
and that's funny too because
It's all like organic too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
oh yeah,
Definitely organic.
That's
Yeah,
and that's the best
the
best part.
Mama, hey, get over
Like
here.
we can and
No, get closer, get
we
closer.
can just draw it a little.
So
Yeah,
you,
cool,
so you
cool.
can get in the camera shot.
Right.
That one thing like we I want to start doing like we almost need to
Let's hold
start
it right
making
here.
like we either like skits or funny short films. Like,
Yeah,
that's something
I'll do that. I got
we
so
need to
many of
do.
them.
Like some like Key and Peele shit. Like
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Why you just hit it
or
for
like you know,
I got so many of them in the top of my head I can think of off top. You feel
Right,
me? That I don't
exactly.
even want to say right now because they're gonna be biting.
Right.
I'm
Hey,
always
motherfuckers
creative.
gonna steal that shit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's already
They
you
be
guys
biting
watched
over.
it happen. It's in the works.
They gonna be biting my shit.
They gonna be taking
Just
that shit.
because it's like shit I've been doing since a kid, Joe. You know what I'm saying? Like once you naturally funny, it just comes to you. That's why I understand like Mike Epstein or D-Ray Davis.
But why is it that you funny though?
Cause life is a ball of funny shit. Like
Life's a ball of bullshit. What
it's
you
funny,
talking
bro.
about?
Life funny as hell, bro. If you really look at different shit, like a whole nother eyeball.
Bro, the
You
best.
gotta use the other
How
eyeball.
was your studio session the other night?
Which one?
Yo, low-key,
on the couch.
I didn't see that on anybody's social media because I don't have a phone. I'm the only
Hey,
21
but we
year old
gonna
that
promote
don't.
our social media. What's your social media?
Is
Let them know.
Follow me at Facebook. Is only one. No wait. Oh my bad. Twitter is only one C3. Follow me Instagram C3 Collective COLL.
You heard?
ECTV. Follow me on Facebook Government. You'll figure that out. If you know me, then you know it's your boy. Shout out everybody.
God. Look at this.
Outfit.
Hey, that's the one I was talking about. You hear me? That was money.
It's on the studio camera.
On my mama, that's what he. Hey, remember earlier when we was at the
Shout out Emmanuel, he got that pack. He had some Trinidad OG, bro. I went to
you
go
heard me?
face a blunt, bro.
No way.
Yeah.
Some Trinidad.
Trinidad OG, man. I went to
Wow.
go smoke a blunt of that shit, right? So we in the studio just bumming, you know what I'm saying?
Boofing.
Cooling. Session he going through.
Shots
I
out.
smoke my little blunt. I go to lay down, bro. I passed out for like 50 minutes, bro. Woke up in the cold sweat. Breathing hard as hell. Chest pounding. You know what I'm saying? And shout out my big nigga. Shout out Fat Gang. Y'all know how I chest be. Y'all know how that be when you wake up. Went through it. Hungry. All that. Went through it, you know?
He said hungry.
All that. Went through it, bro. Hands sweaty as hell. You know what I'm saying? So your back be sweaty. So it's just a different feel.
The backwood. My
It's just a
boy.
different feel.
My tech guy. I'm gonna harass my tech guy in a little bit.
No.
Yo, says I love backwoods.
He's definitely gonna get his
Shout out
own
LB.
little segment.
Yo, the world
stories,
needs to know.
guys. No, y'all not ready for
definitely
these
good
stories.
material, bro.
These about to be some.
I feel like me
Joey
and
Diaz
LB6
stories.
Sagma would be raw. Just like you should interview both of us.
Oh yeah, that's
sounds
definitely
sick.
probably coming soon. A
Sounds
little
sick.
little short segment. C3LB.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, see
You know?
Man, fuck. C3, you feel me?
That's funny.
That's the boy.
What
Yeah, we in it. You
What-
feel me? Collecting music.
Collect the news,
So
collect the TV.
let's talk a little bit about that. What are your guys' plans?
Our
for, well, individually and then collectively, no pun intended, for collective. Like
I
what,
feel like we all individually have our own goals, but that's something that we all have amongst ourselves.
Right,
but
man.
we all have a similar goal at the same time, and the similar goal is honestly, I can speak for myself, and I know that C3 over here can say the same thing. Ultimately, it's just to get the funds and you feel me and feed our family. That's first and foremost. And
Definitely.
we were just literally talking about this earlier, talking about the abyss and being ungrateful and how that happens and whatnot.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, you just gotta always everybody got to find a purpose.
Yeah,
you know?
Find a purpose.
Just because I have a purpose right now, that don't mean that you can't find your purpose. And
Literally.
I'm here on earth right now to tell you that if you involve yourself in my life, I will give you your purpose. So
and it took a while to find out.
We all gonna get it on. That's just what I believe in.
It took a while to figure out all of our purposes.
Yeah.
You feel
so
me?
it's just
And
right now, I feel like we rocking and rolling pretty perfectly.
Behind a collective, it was kind of just like almost like a mixture of different peoples who were like lost in the abyss, who were like, you feel me? Like, we need to have something that we, you know.
I think that's a big.
I feel like we all was lost in the abyss at one point. I feel like we all was lost in the abyss.
Everybody
lost in the abyss. And I think that's like
let's touch up on what the abyss is.
If you ain't familiar with it, you ain't gonna never know. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's different for everyone.
We on our grind, we moving.
I think that's
quote unquote.
I think that's probably some of the realest shit. Some of the realest shit is purpose. You know, people need a purpose.
You know, you need to scoot back.
We're about to run out of battery. We're probably gonna have to wrap this up soon. It's been great. We're gonna have to come out. We're gonna come out with the part 2.
Part 2 comes soon.
Because I'm gonna have 2 batteries. We've been going at it. I think for about 45, probably almost an hour now.
Fire material.
I think the first one was about 28 minutes, and this one's been about 20. But this has been great. We're gonna have to definitely continue this.
This is fire.
Definitely. For sure.
Oh yeah.
We're not done. We're not done here. We got a lot more to talk about. Because we got the camera. But so. One last let's just one last word before we wrap it up. Give them, but we're gonna come out. Don't worry, we got a part 2 coming very soon.
All right,
talk your shit.
It's me.
One last thing.
It's your boy Baby Sancho. You feel me? And I got a new song coming out called Yours Truly, filmed and directed by your boy. Fucking Cheech Beats, you feel me? 710 Cheech Beats.
It was a collaborative effort, but I had to help bring it to life.
He definitely did his thing to bring it to life, and I'm just forever grateful that I have somebody like him in my life, because honestly, it's one thing to have a song and bring that to life, but it's another thing to have a video and a song and be able to bring that to life.
Likewise.
And it's most definitely a blessing to have somebody who can do that shit and then take it to a whole nother level. So with that being said, I'm forever grateful.
That's a blessing, man.
Be on the lookout with that. It is coming out hopefully on my birthday, October 2nd, 2018. It's dropping on a Tuesday. So for everybody who's going to be in the listening or whatnot,
get that shit.
Definitely
you can see on Instagram. We'll link the Instagrams and all that. You can see previews and all that shit.
Grab all that.
But yeah,
hey,
one
Secret
thing.
Collective, man. Y'all know we bum. Stop acting dumb. I got a video shoot on the way, songs on the way, everything on the way. You heard me.
Collective, bitch.